first question, it might seem to be so easy that we don't need it, but it's actually very central. Okay, it's the base. It's not even step 1 of the problem. It's step 0. So the first question is saying how to label sides. So in each triangle, obviously in each what? In each? Can you ever apply trigonometry to non-right triangle? Can you ever apply trigonometry when you don't have 90 degrees? What did we say? Absolutely not. You need a what? You need a 90 degrees. If you don't have it, you can't do anything as far as what I taught you. I will actually teach you something next week that will actually show you that even if we don't have a 90 degrees, we still have other methods to what? To calculate angles and sides. But if we have 90, sweet, we can use SOH-CAH-TOA. Now, in each right triangle, look at the what? What's this? What's this word? Indicated or chosen. I want you to write chosen under it. So write chosen. So in this case, I chose an angle, not like yesterday where I allowed you sometimes to say, do you want this one or like the top one or the bottom one? Usually I choose. So indicated mean chosen angle. And based on that, tell me where the opposite is, tell me where the adjacent is, and tell me where the hypotenuse is. First of all, which one of those three, opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse, do you think is the easiest one to spot in any right triangle? Say again? What do you mean by A? Sorry, what do you mean by A? Like no. In all triangles, which side is always easiest to identify? What's that? No, which side? Right angle is an angle. The opposite, okay. Or the hypotenuse, right? Because the opposite is easy because everyone, once you know where you are, you just walk away from it. Or, what would you say? The hypotenuse, because the hypotenuse is what? The longest, or the one opposite from the 90 degrees. Either way, you will get everything right. Which one do you, okay, either way, which one do you leave till the end? Which one do you label at the end? The adjacent. You always either label hypotenuse or opposite first. So let's start with the hypotenuse. So which one here is the hypotenuse in the triangle A, in the first triangle, in triangle ABC? Which side? Yes, Noor? Exactly. BA or A or AB. Okay, so this will be the hype. Go ahead. Okay, so that's 1/3 done. Where is the opposite to angle B? Oh, everyone, whenever you know what angle you're looking at, please just put a small circle around it, just like we did yesterday. I know it's labeled, but I have a habit of always circling it. Where is the opposite to that? AC or CA? Absolutely. I have a habit sometimes of doing this, like as if you're walking from it. You don't have to do that. And then, yes. Okay. Why didn't you tell me before? Yes, there we go. Okay, so this would be the opposite. Again, I will never turn marks off if you don't show this. I show it to tell you how I find it. So OPP. And then you don't have a choice for the third one. ADJ is this one. ADJ. Everyone, please get used. What's up? Okay, whoa, you look surprised. Why? So, you mean this one or this one? This one. Why not? Listen up, everyone. Why not? AC? No. It's in the, okay, look at this angle. What's in front of it directly? This guy, right? When something is in front of you, that's called what? Opposite. When something is next to you, like if I stand in front of you right now, you are opposite of me. If I stand like this, you are adjacent to me or next to me. Okay? Katie, what's up? Yes. Okay, does that make sense now? So always just make sure, imagine you're standing right here. Imagine you are actually standing right here and walking away. Which side are you going to hit? You're not going to hit this side, right? To hit this side, what do you have to do? You have to walk and turn, right? To hit this side, you have to walk and turn. To hit the side, you have to turn. You go straight away like this. That's why it's called opposite. Nice. Okay. Oh, I want to mention, please, everyone, just for labeling and for neatness, you see how I always write my labeling on the side, always in the middle of the side? Please always do that. Do not put hype, for example, here or here. Do not put opposite here or here. Don't put the name of the side on one of the edges. The edges are the angles. Somewhere in the middle would be okay. Whether you put it inside of the triangle or outside, it doesn't matter. It just has to be somewhere in the middle. Okay, Let's look at the second one. Which angle am I looking at? D, E, or F? Like which angle is the chosen angle? F, exactly. E is never chosen. It's just, it has to be there. That's all. It's 90. So I'm going to circle this one. Okay. Can someone tell me where is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse. D, F, because it's opposite to the 90. So hype right here. H, Y, D. Sorry. Okay. Where is the opposite to F? The opposite to F, if I stand here and walk away straight, no turns, I will hit ED sometime. Good. So straight, 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 straight. There we go. O, P, P. Finally, with no guessing, this has to be A, I'm sorry, D, J. Very good. Okay, last one. The chosen angle is the Z. Okay. So the hypotenuse is which one? Which one? X to Z, yes, the one that is the longest, hype. The opposite to Z, right here, is what? XY, yep, OPP. And finally, ADJ is the remaining ZY. Done. That's how you label. That's how you label. So in your next quiz, for example, which I will release sometimes next week, I guess, because there's enough quizzes this week, I might just give you a triangle and just ask you multiple choice. The opposite is this, 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 and so on. Okay, that was easy. Now let's actually look at a very interesting case here. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, pencils down, because this kind of problems is always the hardest in trigonometry when you do not know the angle. Okay? Sometimes in trigonometry, you know the angle, and you're trying to find the what? You're trying to find the what? Come on, wake up. The sides, like how long each side is. Sometimes it's the what? It's the what? It's the opposite. I tell you what the sides are, and I ask you for the what? I find you obviously to find either this angle or this angle. You will never have to find this because this is by default 90 degrees. Okay. This is what I like to call going backward. This is what I like to call going backward, because usually 90% of the time in any trig problem, you are given the angle, either this one or this one. And then I ask you to find a side, by the way, like this. Look, like this one. We're going to do this at the end of the day. You have the angle. I'm asking you for this side and this side. Well, this one is the opposite. I'm giving you the sides, and I want you to find the angle. Okay, let's look at the first triangle. I'm going to do the first two, and your homework is the third. Let's look at the first triangle. Do you know all the sides? Yes. Apparently, the hypotenuse is how long? The longest number is what? The biggest number is 29. That's by default the hypotenuse. And one of the edges is 20, and one of the edges is 21. Do I know which one of those two edges right now is the opposite? Remember, okay, hold on. To know the opposite, you need to choose what first? You need to choose an angle. Remember, because if you chose the other angle, your opposite becomes their adjacent, and their adjacent becomes your what? Your opposite. The hypotenuse is the only one that never what? That, because the longest one in the triangle is the longest one no matter what angle you look at, right? So obviously, if I didn't have, everyone, if I didn't have this table, you can choose to find me angle what? C or angle? Which one am I asking you to find? I'm asking. So that means what? Did I already choose an angle for you? Perfect. So what do you do when you choose an angle? You put a circle around it. Okay, let's do that. So go ahead, everyone, and put a circle. I'll use a green. Put a circle right here. Okay. Are the sides labeled yet? No, not the corners are labeled, but are the sides labeled yet? We have numbers, but do we have words on them? No, we don't. We put the words. Which one is the hypotenuse? 29, definitely. Hype is here. Okay. Which one of those two now, 20 or 21, is opposite to the A? Which one? The 20, exactly. If you go across straight from the A, look, everyone, if you go straight like this, you're going to hit the 20. So automatically you put OPP here. Go ahead. Nice. That means this one has got to be adjacent. So far, we're just labeling. Okay? We're setting the scene. Okay. Which one am I asking you to use here? Sine or cosine or tan for A? Sine. Okay, now let's review our trigonometry. What is the definition of sine? What over what? All of them are something over something. You just have to remember which was. Which one? Opposite over hypotenuse. Perfect. Let's write that down. So everyone, the first thing we're going to write is opposite over hypotenuse. Go ahead. OPP. Say, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now, do I have numbers for these ones? Hey, if you have numbers in math, plug them in. Use them. Why keep them unused? What's my OPP length? 20. What's my hype length? Okay. Do you think I can make this into a decimal? You can make any fraction into a decimal. And by the way, always do that in trigonometry. All right. Let me pull up the calculator right here. Okay. Let's see how is the decimal for this number. 20 divided by 29. By the way, do you think it's going to be a small decimal or a long decimal? What are the chances that 20 over 29 is going to be a clean, small, not small, short decimal? Very, very little. Here it is. That's a lot of numbers. Okay, everyone. From now on, listen up. Everyone.
Hello, Mr. Ramadan?
Yes, hello. Yes, hello.
Yes, I'm looking for attendance, please.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, give me a second. I'm pretty sure I clicked submit. Hold on. Oh, boy. Oh, I didn't click it. All good? All right. Okay, everyone. We have to agree from now on. Listen up. We have to agree from now on a rule that we follow in trigonometry, so all of us can get what final answer? The same final answer. We have to agree from now on until the end of the trigonometry unit, how many decimals do we keep when we get sines or cosines or tan? Okay, remember, one decimal is very what? Very low. It will really destroy your numbers, okay? What do you think, Haley? 3? Okay. I found out that because you can get any kind of any problem, always use 4. If you use 4, obviously using more than 4, sure you can, but then you're just writing too much, okay? Let's, from now on, use how many digits? 4 after the decimal point. So all of us, no matter how many numbers we keep after, we all get the same final answer at the end when we round, okay? So what would this be? So 4 decimal digits. Let's see. Let me highlight it, as I do always. I want to stop. By the way, we never count the 0. I count 1, 2, 3, 4. So what would this number end with? Would it be 0.6896 or 0.6897? 7, because the 5 will bump up to 6. Perfect. So go ahead and just write that 0.6897. 0.6897. Okay? Yes, Hamza, go ahead. Sorry, say again. Oh, it's a pure matter of choice. So, for example, okay, 1 is way too low. 1 is way too low because then, okay, 1 is way too low, especially if you want to check your answer by using a protractor, assuming the triangle is honest, not just a rough diagram. And then the answer on the sheet and the answer with the math is not going to be the what? The same, because you rounded way too little. 2, okay, I mean, I could live with that. 3 or 4 are always the what? Your best bet. So I just go with 4. Okay, that's all. It's purely a personal choice. Okay, question, everyone. Is this your angle or just the sine of your angle? Everyone, a decimal is never your angle. Listen up. A decimal this small is never your angle. So how do we get the angle? Ladies and gentlemen, now we have to use what? A very important feature on any calculator, whether it's one of those. Please make sure that if you have your own personal device, you know how to use it. whether it's one of those or your what? Or your cell phone. Either you have, how many people have shift? Shift, yes, on your machine, or sometimes some cell phones have the button shift. How many people have second? Yes. By the way, there is no other choice. They either have shift or they have second. If you need the angle, you have got to use what? Shift or second, one of them, whatever you have. Let me show you how I'm going to do it here. Everyone, just look at the screen. Check this out. All I have to do is this. So I'm going to clear everything. Everyone, just eyes on the screen. Do you remember if my machine, I tell it what to do first and then I put the number, or do I put the number first and then I tell it what to do? How many people say this is a tell it what to do first? How many people say this is a put in the number first? This is a put in the number first. Okay, remember, the computer ones and the single display ones like these, you have to put in the number first, and then you tell it what to do with it. Make sense? Okay. What is my number? What is my decimal? Come on, what is the decimal to 4 digits that we agreed we're going to use? 0.0.6897. Okay, I enter my number. Now, where do I go here? I go to which list? Trigonometry. You can even see it has a small right triangle next to it. All right. What button do I have to press first? No. Remember, I need to find the angle. I need to go backward. Whenever you want to go backward, you have to press what first? Second. Or what was the other choice for buttons? Shift. I don't have second. I don't have shift. I have second. Everyone, check out what's going to happen when I press second. Everyone, just keep looking at the screen. Just keep looking at the screen. Ready? What happened? Are they still the same original ones? Yeah, but with a huge main difference. What's happening? What's appearing on top of them? That's not a square. Look at it. I don't know if you can see. I know it's not too big. What's the number that's appearing on top of them? All of them. -1. Everyone, listen up. When you see a -1 on top of what? Or. That means you're not going forward. You're going what? You're going backward, which means you are finding the what? You're finding the angle. Every time you need to find the angle, you have to see the what? No, the -1, which is only possible if you have hit what first? Second or shift. Exactly. If you do not press shift, it will just give you the what? The usual what? Sine, cosine, or tan. You have to press what first? Second or shift. So I'm going to press second. Now, which one of those buttons am I going to choose for one last step? Am I doing the sine, the cosine, or the tan from the original problem? I chose sine. Great. So everyone, let's see how big the angle is. 3, 2, 1. How many people got this number? Okay. Okay. Do you remember yesterday what I warned you that you might have your calculator set on? Yes, you need any machine you use in this course or any math course to be set on what? To be set on what mode? This again? Degree mode. What was the other name of the mode that you will not learn unless you take grade 12 advanced functions? Do you remember? It's called RAD. 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 Do you ever want your machine to be on RAD mode? No, you want to on what mode? Degree mode. What do you have? It's on degree. Okay, show me how you did. Oh, yours is a double display, my friend. So you have to do what? You have to tell it what to do first. So you have to shift or second. Go ahead. Shift. Hit sine. Yep. What did you get? Sine to the -1. You're on good. That's why. And then what do? You put the number in. Or I should say, you put the decimal in. Go ahead. How many people are still not getting this answer? By the way, on a test, I cannot tell you how to do it. You need to know your device. All good? Perfect. Okay, I'll go with study. I don't care if you're using your cell phone. I'll teach you how to do it on that. 6, 8, 7, 9, 7. Oh, okay, everyone. Okay, everyone, listen up. Some, very few. Some single displays you actually tell it what? Most single displays, you actually have to put the number in, and then you tell it what to do. Your single displays, what is the opposite? So you do second sine, you see, -1, perfect. And then you put a bracket, 0.6897, and you close the bracket. All good? Okay, Amr? Yep, perfect. Yeah, you're on the right track. Open a bracket. Everyone, listen up. Listen up. If you're doing the tell it what to do and then enter the number, after it shows you sine -1, you have to open a bracket. I think. Maybe some of them are okay if you just put sine -1 and then you put the decimal. I like to put the bracket. Okay, got it. Awesome. Okay, so what's my angle here? Let's see the rounding. What rounding am I asking you to do? What's the rounding? What does whole degree mean? How many decimals are you allowed to show? 0. No decimals. Which means I have to cut right here. Do you think this is closer to 43 degrees or 44 degrees? How many people say 44? Why? Because the 6 will bump. Again, if you're $43.60, are you closer to 43 or 44? 40, because you cross the half. Whenever you cross the half, you are closer to the bigger end than the smaller end. Perfect. So it's what? It is 40. Okay. Hold on. Don't just write 44, everyone. I want you to know, everyone listen up. Eyes on the screen. This is the proper way you have to write your answer. If you just write 44, I cannot accept that. I will take half a mark off. This is what you have to write. You have to write something like what the double display calculator shows you. You have to write what? Sine with what? With the -1 because you're going backward. By the way, what's the symbol for? What does this weird corner mean? This means angle A. So you don't have to write the word angle. You can just say like corner A, angle A, sine inverse. What do you put inside? The decimal. So point, what? 6897. Now, you don't have to show me this number and then show me the rounded. You can just jump to the final answer. What did we say the final answer was? 44 in what unit? How do you measure any angle? In small circle degrees. Yes. Equal. You can, if you have space here, fine. If not, you can just put 44. Okay? Honestly, that's all there is to it. This is how we find angle. We're just going what? We're just going back. Okay? All right. Let's do the next one. But hold on. For the next one, I chose for you to use what? By the way, could you have used sine? By the way, if you know all three sides, could you use any one of the three? If you are given the three sides, if you're given the three sides, you could have used sine, you could have used what? And you could have used, it's completely your choice. Okay? I'm just forcing you to use one per one just to give you what? A different taste of each one. Okay. Which angle here am I asking you to find? Let's go and see. I'm asking you to find what? So you circle what? X. All right. Let's circle X. Here it is. Here's X. Let's use a different color. All right. Where is my height? Just tell me the number. Don't tell me ZX or 65. It's the biggest number in a right triangle. Height. Where is my opposite to X? Right in its face. The only one that's exactly walkable, like you can walk away from X and hit it, you will not hit the 65, 65, 56. You will hit the 33. So this is my OPP, which definitely leaves this one to be my ADJ. All right. Labeling is done. You get full marks. Next. Bless you. I want you to use cosine. What is the definition of cosine from SOH-CAH-TOA? What over what? That's what I mean. Killing? Because it's CAH. Adjacent over? Yes, because it's CAH. CAH. C is the cosine. A is the what? A. A. Adjacent, and H is always the what? Nice. So everyone go ahead and write the fraction. The fraction, I'll stand right here. Fraction, as Haley perfectly said, ADJ over HYP. All right, let's look at the numbers on the diagram. Which is which? How long is the ADJ? How long is adjacent? 56, thank you. How long is hypotenuse? 65. Just a coincidence that the numbers are flipped. Okay. What do I do now? Do I keep it as a fraction or try a decimal? Whenever you can use a long decimal, like an accurate one, sure, go for it. All right. So let's see. Clear. 56 divided by 65. How many digits do we say we're always going to take? 4 decimal digits, just for good accuracy. Not too big. All right. 861, and I'm going to cut it right here. So does the 5 change or go to a 6? Sorry, does the 5 change or stay the same? Stay the same because 3 is lower than 5 to cut it up. All right, so 8615. Perfect. 0.8615. So what's my next step on my machine? Yes, I clear. Okay, what do I do first? How does my machine operate? What do I have to put in first? I have to put in the number. So 0.8, was it? Is it 81 or 86? 8615. And then where do I go? Tell me. Yeah, so I have to go to which list? Trigonometry. What do I need to press first? No. Remember, I need a -1. So how do I make it? I need to press what first? Second. When you press it, you'll already see that you're on the right track because all of them will have the -1. Which one of those top 3 should I choose? I start with cosine. I have to use what we call cosine inverse or backward cosine, whatever you want to call it. Okay, are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, we are rounding to a whole number. A whole number. No decimals are allowed to be shown. Is this closer to 30 or to 31? 31, because it's 0.5 and the 5 will round that 0 to 1. So it's okay. Can someone tell me what to write here? Bless you. I cannot just write 31. I can't. I have to write a full statement. What do I write? Cosine. Yes, cosine. You're going backwards. So instead of cosine, you put cos. Oops, my bad. Cosine with what on top? -1, which means you're going backward. And what do you put always right after the what? The decimal number. Yes, 0.8615 equals. We said it's closer to what? 31 in degrees. Done. That's it. Okay. Before we go to the next question, I'm just gonna label this as what? As homework. I'll post it obviously at like after 2:40, and you'll check your answer. But before I go to the next question, where we have to find sides, I want to show you, everyone, that did I have to use the cosine? Could I have used sine x instead of cosine x? What do you think? Hold on. My question to you is, do we, okay, for a question before that, do we know the 3 sides of this triangle? Do we know the 3 sides of this triangle? Which means, do you have enough information to use the cosine? Yes, you do. Do you have enough information to use the sine? Yes, you do. Opposite. Do you have enough information to use the tan? Yes, you do. Which means you could have used any of them. I just chose to make them all look different. So right now, everyone, do not copy this down. I'll prove to you that if you use something else, you would still get the same answer. So pencils down, just watch this. Okay. I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Question for you. What have we used here? Cosine. Cos. What other 2 could I have used? Sine or? Okay. Sophia, what would you like to use? Again, I used cosine. I want to prove to you that I could have used either one of the other 2. Which one do you want to use? Sine or tan? It's completely up to you. Tan. Okay. Sophia said I don't want to find the x using cosine. I want to find the x using tan. Okay, watch this. So I'm just going to start saying the same thing. Tan of what? Of x. I'm still trying to find the x, the angle x. Okay. Can someone tell me what's the not equation, sorry, fraction for tan? Come on. Okay. SOH-CAH-TOA, opposite over adjacent. Thank you. Opposite over adjacent. Equals. What's my opposite in that triangle? In the middle triangle. Come on. What's my opposite in the middle triangle? Haley? 33. All right. What's my adjacent in that triangle? Yeah, 56. Okay. I hope that you're seeing that the work is the same. It's the same steps. Okay, I need decimal. No problem. I'll find it. Here it is. 33. Let's clear. I always like to clear. 33 divided by how much? 56. Okay, 4 digits after the decimal point. What do you think? Does that 2 stay at 2 or does it go up? There's an 8 after, it bumps it up. So it becomes 5893. 5893. Okay. Point 5893. Okay. Then what do? I say what? Angle x equals what now? Do I say also equals cosine inverse? No. Oh, hold on. Which one did we use here? Do you see? We always use just the opposite version of it. We still use the same thing. We just put what on top? -1. What am I using here? Oh, you can see. What am I using here? So what do I have to put here as well? Tan with a what? With a -1. Okay, so I'm just gonna second. All right. Brush. Tan with what on top? You have got to put the -1. Point what? 5893. Okay, equal. Now let's go back to the machine. Where is it? There we go. Clear, clear. What do I do first? In my machine, maybe not in your machine, in my machine. Put the number in. 0.5893. Then what do? I go to the trigonometry list, and I have to press what first? Because I don't see -1s here, I have to create them. Second creates them for me. Which one am I going to click on? Sine inverse, cosine inverse, or tan inverse? The one that I chose at the beginning and here as well. Now, what angle did we find when we did the cosine approach? 31 degrees. We have got to also get 31 degrees because it's still the same what? Come on, it's the same angle. I'm still looking at the same corner. Everyone, ready? 3, 2, 1. Eyes on the screen. Is this 31? It's almost the same what? Decimal number. At least as far as I'm concerned, up to 3 digits, like up to the first 3. Does that also run to 31? That's my proof to you. As long as you know 3 sides, you can use sine or cosine or tan to find the angle that you need. What if you only have, everyone, what if you only have 2 sides given to you? Everyone, what if the case was this? What if the case was, everyone look. What if the case was this? What if I only gave you the 65 and the 33 and I still asked you to find the x? Then you have what given to you? What do you know? Come on. You know the hypotenuse and you know the what? Do you know the adjacent? Could you know it? How do you know sides in a right triangle? You apply what? What was quiz 1 on? Quiz 1. Quiz number 1. What was it on? Pythagorean Theorem. But then you're still just doing what? Extra work. Can you just use these two? Whenever you're given 2 sides, you have to decide which one to use. Can you tell me which one, sine, cosine, or tan, relates opposite and hypotenuse? Which one relates opposite and hypotenuse only? Which one? Sine. Which means then you are stuck. You have to use the what? You cannot use cosine, and you cannot use what? Because you don't have what? The information that goes into. By the way, what does cosine need? What does cosine need? Come on. Cosine is what over what? Sorry, I don't have it. Okay, what does tan need? Opposite over adjacent. Again, do you see what I mean? You are not given something that two other things need. You can't use them. You have to use the thing that they need. Oh, no. I'm saying you can use sine. Using others, you cannot use it now. You have to find adjacent first and then use it, which is way too much work and 2 steps. You don't need to do things in 2 steps. So everyone, this is your homework. But you know what? I'm gonna start you off on it. Which angle are you asked to find here? Everyone, which angle are you asked to find here? So what do you circle? Go ahead. Let's circle K. And let's use a different color. Let's use the red. K. Where's the hypotenuse? Come on. Yeah, by the way, this is a very famous triangle. This is called the 3, 4, 5 triangle. It's one of the few triangles where it is it is Pythagorean. Well, by the way, what's 3 squared? Come on. No. What's 3 squared as a value? 3 squared. 9. What's 4 squared? What's 9 plus 16? What's the square root of 25? Nice. This is called the what? This is called the integer, the smallest integer right triangle. 3, 4, and 5. The only one where 3 numbers together, it's not 3, 3 numbers in a row, actually what? Make a right triangle. Anyway, where's the hypotenuse here? 5, the longest. Where is the opposite? It's right in front of me right here, 4, which means this one is adjacent. All right. Which one are you asked to use? You're asked to use the what? What is tan equal to? Opposite over. Thank you. And now you know the rest. Okay. Yes. Tan inverse. Uh-huh. I think it's correct. Yeah. Again, I'll publish this. Okay, everyone. Let's now find what. By the way, what did we find in these triangles? We were given the sides. We were asked to find the what? Degrees or angles, either of one or the other. Now we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to give you angles. I need you to find one of the sides. All right? Let's do this. Example 3, how to find side lengths without a what? Yeah, go ahead. Without a what? Again, remember, that's the whole point of this lesson. Never use rulers or use what? Protract. We did not use protractors to find the 31 degrees and the 44 degrees. Now we're not going to use rulers. Okay. Find the length of what? Come on. Find the length of the what side? A. What is this? To the nearest what? When it says to the nearest meter, does that mean to the nearest tenth or hundredth, or just to the nearest whole number? Yeah, it did not give you decimals, which means what? Whole number. Go ahead and just write whole number next to it. Whole number. I'm just going to write number this way. This is the symbol for number, by the way. Okay, let's look at this, everyone. Let's look at the triangle. Oops, my bad. Which angle is given to you aside from the 90 degrees? The 90 degrees is not just given. It has to be there. Which other angle is given to you? Which one? 25 degrees. Where is it? Is it the C, the B, or the A? Great. Go ahead. Circle the C. Circle the C. Okay. Where is my hypotenuse? Do you see, by the way, do you see how the procedure never changes? I don't care if you take grade 11 math, grade 12 math, first year math, the procedure of trigonometry beautifully never changes. Haley, go ahead. The hypotenuse is obviously what seems to be the longest, which is the 25. Thank you. So hype is here. Thank you. Which one? Oh, sorry, Rauda, are you asking why did we choose the C? Because which angle is given to you? This one or this one? The angle given to you, use it immediately. Don't even think about it. Good. Which one of those two sides is the opposite to angle C? Opposite to angle C. Which one? Small c or capital AB as a length. Okay. So what do I call this one? I call it OPP. OPP. Which means this thing is what? Thank you, adjacent. Okay. So far, we just labeled. Everyone, look at that table right there. Which side do you know? Which side of the three do you know? Do you have a number for it? How many people say that we only know, so far, we only know the hype side? Great. Put hype. Which side are you trying to find? Well, let's look at the problem. The problem wants you to find the length of side. Side what? By the way, could they have asked for side C? Could they? But they asked for side what? A. What is side A? Is it opposite or adjacent? Thank you. Put adjacent. You see how structured and organized it is? Can you tell me what is the only ratio, sine or cosine or tan, that relates or connects just these two? Just the hype and the adjacent. Patrick? The only one that relates adj and hype is what? Cosine. So go ahead. The needed ratio is cosine, just COS. Perfect. What do I do now? I do this. Look, I'm going to do something similar to that. Similar, not exact, because we're missing a number. All right. Let's write it down. Cosine. Can you tell me of what angle? What angle do we keep using? By the way, everyone, you focus on one angle and you keep using it the whole time. Haley, what angle do we keep using the whole time? So like what the C. By the way, I'm okay with you jumping to the what, Haley? Jumping to the what? To the number, no problem. Okay. So whatever angle you circle, boom, go ahead and plug in the number. By the way, question for you: do I use cosine? Do I have to press shift? Like, do I have to put cosine inverse? Why not? You're right. Because am I trying to find an angle or am I trying to use what I have? Whenever you have angles, you never use what? Second or perfect. Always remember that. So obviously, you just put cosine of 25 degrees. By the way, please make sure you always remember to put degrees. I know you know it's degrees, but always remember to remember the symbol. So 25 degrees equals. Can someone tell me what is cosine? What over what? Adjacent. Thank you. See, I am building up everything I need to lead me to the solution. ADJ over height. Thank you. Okay. What's my next step? Let's put some numbers in. Can I find out the cosine of 25? By the way, do you think I memorize it in my head? No. What do I use? You use your calculators. Yes. So you go here. You clear. You clear. Again, what do I have to put first? The function or the number? Number. What's my number? 25 degrees or just 25. Where do I go after? Come on, people. Eyes on the screen. I put the number. Where do I go after? Trigonometry list. You don't have a trigonometry list. I have. Do I press this guy? No, I don't. That's an angle. I need to use it. I don't need to find it. So I take it back. Which one of those three did we say we're going to use? Yeah, we're not using sine. We're not using tan. We're using cosine. All right. 3, 2, 1. Go. As expected, a long decimal. Okay. What is with the... Does that 3 stays at 3 or does it go up? Because after it is 0 and it doesn't do anything to it. So 9063. Yes, what's up? So go ahead and say 0.9063. Sorry. Oh, no. Because you're doing what? You're doing the inverse. Don't do the inverse. Remember, we have an angle. All you have to do is this. Look. Okay. Cosine. Oh, of just 25. Remember, no need for second. No need for the -1. Okay. Equals. Everyone, do I know my adjacent or am I trying to find it? Trying to find it. When you try to find something in math, what could you call it? You could call it question marks, but it's not good to put question. Yeah, it's not good. Is it good to put question marks in equations? Is it good to put question marks on diagrams? On diagrams, yes. So what do you usually call it? Hamidi said what? X. I agree. but does it already have a symbol on the diagram? Yeah, you can keep calling it adjacent, or you can just call it what? You see what I mean? Whatever the diagram calls it, just keep calling it the same thing. So go ahead and write A over. No, not 25. No, actually, sorry, you're right. By the way, this is my bad. This is a coincidence. The angle number and the length number are the what? Yeah, by the way, that's a complete coincidence. Okay? Complete one. Thank you. Over 25. Who knows how to do anything like that? Whenever you see something like that in any math course, you only do one thing, Jaden. So which two numbers? Why? What do you call that technique? That's okay. How is it cross multiplying, by the way? What's missing from there to really make sure it looks like cross multiplying? Haley? Over. You always put your best friend, which is what? 1. Because 1 tells you, oh, this one multiplies 1. And as Jane said, this one multiplies this one. Okay? Please always show me the 1. I mean, on a written part, not on a Google form. Ta-da. And then what do you do? This times that. Okay? What's A times 1? What's anything times 1? What's any? No. No. Anything times 1. No. What? Oh, again, you're guessing. Not a good skill. What's 7 times 1? 16 times 1? Negative 3 times 1? So A times 1? No. You're focusing on the 1. Anything times 1 is the anything itself. Faisal, right? 7 times 1 is 7, not 1. You still didn't wake up, I know. Okay? So what's the answer here? A times 1 is? Do you have to say 1A, or can you just say A? If you say 7 times 1, do you say 1, 7, or just 7? Do you see what I mean? You just say the thing itself. Okay, you're thinking too much. Go ahead. Multiply 7 times 1. No, on your machine. Multiply 7 times 1. 7 times 1. What do you get? That's my point. So A times 1 is just A. You don't have to say 1A. Actually, you're going to confuse yourself if you say 1. Just say A. Okay? A equals. All right. What about this one? I don't know. Whatever number I get. Again, do not use this whole number, everyone. We agreed we only use up to what? Although I know some of my students over the years were like, you know what? Is it okay if I keep recycling the whole number all the time? Sure. You can store it in a cell in the memory, or you can make. How many people know about the ANS, A-N-S button on your machines? Answer. Yeah, it stores the last thing. It's up to you. I'm going to take it simple and just use this. So 0.9063 times what? We said 25, as Jane said, yes. 25. Okay. Let me write the number, and then we'll round it. So we get, if we don't round, 226575. So 226575. It says what though? I need to cut. I'm gonna use the red line to cut. I need to cut right here. What do you think? Does that stay as 22, or does it become 23? It becomes 23 because that 6 bumps up the number before it, which, sorry, not the number, the digit before it to 23. Do you think you get full marks if you do that? Come on. Why? It is the correct answer. Enter. No, I love it. You said you don't have the what? The degree. My question to you is, exactly, is this an angle or a length? It's a what? Length. It's how long this guy is. How do you measure length in this triangle? There you go. You have got to, some of you lost marks in quiz number 1 because you forgot unit. Not much, just 0.5 out of 4. So you still got 3.5 out of 4. But you need to put the unit if there's a unit. What if there was no unit here, everyone? You just do what? You just put 23 and that's it. Right. Everyone, last problem. Find the length of length what? Come on. Okay, everyone, pencils down. Look at me. Phones away, please. They want you to find the length of this guy. Do you have to use trigonometry for that? I'll give you a hint. It's a right triangle, and now you know how many sides? You know the 25, and you just found out that this one is how long? Is there a way to do this without trigonometry, without SOH-CAH-TOA? Patrick? You can use what? No. Without that, you can use what? Pythagorean Theorem. But I have an issue with that. Everyone, is this answer very correct? Sorry, very accurate? Or has it been rounded? So when you use it again, do you think your final answer is going to be as good or even more rounded? So I would advise you not to do that. You see what I mean? Do not use something that's been rounded to find something else, because then your error will carry on. Can I do the same process here as I did here? So what does that tell you? To find A, you do not need to find what? And to find C, you do not need to have found what? You could have started B before A. Sides are completely independent. Okay, so let's start. Again, which side do you know? Hypotenuse. By the way, imagine if we did not do this. Imagine if we didn't do it. So we do not know the what? We know the hype. So go ahead, hype. Come on, hype. Oh, my bad. Hype. But which one do you want now? You want C, which is called what? Nice. Okay. Can someone tell me what relates opposite and hype? Sine, cosine, or tangent? Sine. Nice. You see the process? That's the story you have to keep telling yourself. Okay. Do you think I can copy almost this exact amount of work here? Not the exact same thing, but the same amount of work. Yes, I'm going to say what now instead of cosine? I'm going to say what? Sine. Of what angle still? The angle never changes. Sine 25 degrees. Come on. Equals what? What's the equation? What over what? They're here. Opposite. No. The equation of sine. Opposite over. How am I going to find the sine of 25 degrees? What do I use? So I use my calculator right here. 25 degrees. Do I hit second? No, because I have an angle. I'm not trying to find it, but I hit sine. Okay, let's see. 4 digits. What do you think? Does that 6 change or stay the same? Yeah, the one after it is the number, the digit after is 1 doesn't do anything. So 4226. What do I want to find? Come on. Reach. Button. The C. By the way, if you keep calling it opposite, am I okay with that? What do you think? If you don't call it C, if you keep calling it opposite or adjacent, yeah, I'm fine. But then you're using what? A short word instead of a small symbol. It's up to you. So C over, what's my hype? 25. It never changes. How do you solve this thing? You cross multiply. You show yourself the 1. And you cross. What's C times 1? C equals. What's 25 times 0.4276? I don't know. 25 times 0.4. Oh, 226. My bad. Okay. 10.565. 10.565. I need to nearest meter again. So I need to cut it right here. What would that be? Would that stay at 10 or bump up to 11? 5 will bump up the 0. Obviously, the digit after 0 is 1. So 11. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we need to know about how to use trigonometry.